20 amusing facts about medieval times. In medieval England, there was a law that required all men to practice archery on Sundays and holidays. Those who didn't comply could face a fine. Knights often wore helmets with visors that could be lifted up. This led to the creation of the phrase, "show your true colors," as knights would reveal their heraldic symbols on their helmets before battle. In medieval France, there was a law that allowed a woman to divorce her husband if he failed to keep his promise to give her a spinning wheel. Medieval Europeans believed in the power of charms and amulets to ward off evil spirits and protect against illness. These charms were often worn as jewelry or carried in pockets. Medieval towns sometimes had official fools' guilds where jesters and entertainers could gather to share jokes, perform tricks, and mock local officials in good humor. In medieval Europe, knights sometimes wore armor that was so heavy that if they fell off their horse, they needed help to get back up. Jesters and court fools were entertainers who often made fun of nobles and royals. Despite their jests, they were sometimes highly valued for their wit and ability to speak truth to power. During medieval tournaments, knights would sometimes joust blindfolded as a test of skill and bravery. This was known as a joust of war. Medieval alchemists believed they could turn base metals into gold and discover the elixir of life. Many pursued these goals earnestly, leading to the development of early chemistry. Medieval manuscripts sometimes contained marginalia, doodles and drawings in the margins of pages, that depicted humorous scenes or creatures. During medieval feasts, it was common for guests to throw bones and food scraps on the floor. Dogs were often allowed into the feasting hall to clean up afterwards. In medieval kitchens, cooks often used spices like cinnamon and nutmeg not just for flavor, but also to cover up the taste of spoiled meat. Medieval physicians believed in the doctrine of humors, which stated that a person's health was determined by the balance of 4 bodily fluids: blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile. Medieval monks sometimes fell asleep during long church services, leading to the creation of the monk's chair, which had a built-in mechanism that would tip forward if the monk dozed off. The medieval period saw the rise of pilgrimages, where people would travel long distances to visit holy sites or relics. Some pilgrims carried badges to prove they had completed their journey. The medieval belief in mythical creatures like dragons and unicorns was so strong that travelers would bring back bones and horns that they claimed belonged to these creatures. Wealthy medieval nobles often kept pet monkeys as status symbols. These monkeys were sometimes dressed in elaborate clothing and taught to perform tricks. Peasants often celebrated Plough Monday, a day when they would drag a plough around town to mark the end of Christmas festivities. In medieval England, it was common for people to believe that sneezing expelled evil spirits from the body. This belief led to the practice of saying, "Bless you," after someone sneezed. The medieval practice of trial by combat allowed accused criminals to fight their accusers in a duel to prove their innocence. The winner was considered to have divine favor on their side. Subscribe for more.